like Attila the Hun. I came here to conquer. Lanes bring the beef, I tell them no donker. They wanna play games, I shock them like Blanca. They still rudimentary, I'm tough like Tonka. And let me get this off my chest. I'm hearing going nowhere, so haters take a rest. Ain't nothing handed, just working hard, sweating. You can take that to the bank. I know I did bet.
Welcome to the the year opener for Eye of the Storm. Temp is here, and before we get started, I'm going to ask if you can like, comment, and subscribe, as it does help the channel out and lets things grow a bit. There will be the appropriate playlist for this season when it gets underway, and of course the first season is available too for ease of access. Be sure to check out our friends over at Mind Over Mixup as well, and you know I also do my own music, montages, and other things, and I also work with Clip That. So with that out of the way, let's get started. Well, 2020 is behind us, and let's kick some things off right. I mean, heck, it's actually the first of the year, and this is the opener. First off, thanks again for the growth. We broke 100, and the next major goal is going to be 500, but we do have a midpoint of 250. Maybe we can get a goal of 1,000 by year's end? Let's go for it. I've got things planned for sure, and I can't wait to share things with you guys. Let's keep growing together. And, well, speaking of growth, let's talk a bit about growth in gaming. How can you tell if you're progressing? Progression is a pretty broad spectrum, and how you see it can affect your own personal views of what you're accomplishing as a whole. If you're looking at your own gameplay and doing things we discussed, such as asking questions, being honest, analysis, and training with a purpose, you are bound to see the improvement you seek. The progression is there, but again, not every person sees progression the same way. It's all subjective outside of some actual results in a tournament, sets, ranked matches, stuff like that. It can get pretty specific, but there are generally a few different types of people when it comes to seeing their progression. Let's take a look at a few. God, look, I feel like I'm back in my journalism days, yikes. Quick disclaimer. This is a general spectrum for the sake of conversation. However, I do feel like most people fall into this umbrella. There will always be an exception to these types of things, but let's just have some fun with it, shall we? The types we're going to discuss are overconfident, confident, quietly confident, and just flat out unconfident. The former, overconfident, feels like they're just never the same as yesterday, and they see progress in everything. And I mean everything. You honestly can't tell them anything for better or worse, and well, for better or worse, they really feel like they're constantly getting stronger by the minute. The next type? Well, that's the confident type. They just look at things, they can see where there's visual improvement, but only when they themselves can see it. They're pretty sure of themselves, but also critical, and will most likely be their own worst critics, but in a good way. I can personally get like this at times. However, the quiet confident type is what mostly I am. These type of people see progress in others and use that as a gauge, but not in a negative comparison, mostly. Just as a point to see where and what they need to work on. They also take advice and criticism generally well. They also get pretty hard on themselves. Then there's the last type. This is the unconfident type. These people tend to do what the last type do, but in the most negative way possible, and generally refuse to listen to others about their progress. They actually might be pretty decent at the game too. Obviously, these types can be broken down more, but you can generally find your type in these, whether they're specifically one or maybe a combination. Now, the reason why? Well, because there's positive and negative versions of each type, so that kind of broadens the umbrella, don't you think? Now, another obvious thing is you can look at things like whether you've beaten someone you've played before and lost to, or you're beating a rival more or less, or if you're getting closer to beating a high-level player. However, that progress is still kind of a bit misleading in some cases. Again, being honest with yourself is the key to figuring it all out. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but some things should be repeated for clarity. It's a true combination of things that allows you to see where you were and where you are now. Now, I don't normally do these types of videos, but I do feel like sometimes taking a break and doing a bit of fun food for thought can get the old brain running for some. A lot of people tend to like to discuss these things and, let them know or let me know or, each other and what kind of type you really feel like you are based on it. But what are your thoughts? You agree? You disagree? What kind of category or categories do you fall under? Feel free to let me know in the comments and discuss with each other. I am closing in on some new stuff, and that's gonna be finished, but I don't want to rush it just yet. Gotta keep it quality, right? Keep an eye out as always, and follow or reach out to me on whatever form of media you know how. And remember, Twitter is usually the best place to hit me up or find out information or news. Don't forget to share this video with a friend, and as always, be safe, take care of each other, press buttons, and catch on the flip side.
You better. So what the deal, ma? Your lips are moving, you ain't saying nothing real, huh? Is this a game or will you say just how you feel, though? A couple drinks ain't really gonna seal the deal, so